Welcome to Spoken English HQ. Let's practice.
Real conversations for better English.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spoken English HQ podcast. I am Louisana, and as always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Benjamin. How are you today, Benjamin?
Hi, Louisana. I am doing fantastic, and I am incredibly excited about today's episode. You know, we talk to English learners every single day, and there is one specific pattern, one exact story that we hear all the time.
Oh, absolutely. I know exactly which story you are talking about. Let's paint the picture for our listeners. I am sure this has happened to you. It is Sunday night. You are sitting on your couch, you feel inspired, and you decide that next week is going to be different. You look at your calendar and you say to yourself, I am going to study English for 2 hours every single day from Monday to Friday.
Exactly. It sounds so beautiful on Sunday, doesn't it? In your mind, you imagine this perfect scenario. You see yourself waking up early, pouring a fresh cup of coffee, sitting at a perfectly clean desk, completely focused, with zero distractions. You imagine your phone is turned off, and you are just absorbing grammar rules and vocabulary like a machine.
Yes, that is the fantasy. But then, reality happens. Monday comes and goes. Maybe you study a little bit. But then Tuesday arrives. You have a long, exhausting day at work. Your boss demands extra tasks, the traffic on the way home is terrible, and by the time you finally sit down in your living room, your energy is completely gone. You are tired. You are hungry. So, instead of opening your English textbook or practicing your listening, you pick up the remote control and you end up watching Netflix for 3 hours.
And right after that, the dark cloud arrives. The guilt appears. You look at the clock, you realize you didn't practice your English, and you start telling yourself a very negative story. You say, I failed again. I don't have enough discipline. Maybe I am just not good at languages.
That is a great point, Benjamin. This is what we call the idealization trap. We want to be absolutely perfect from day one. We create these massive, unrealistic expectations. We believe that if we cannot study for 2 hours straight, then a short session of 5 or 10 minutes is completely useless. But let me tell you something directly. That perfectionist mindset is a trap. It is a psychological trick that paralyzes us.
It really does. When we idealize our study habits, we set ourselves up for failure. We forget that life is messy. We forget that we get tired, that unexpected things happen, and that our willpower is limited. So, if you are listening to us right now and you have felt that heavy guilt after procrastinating, please take a deep breath. Stop blaming yourself. You are not lazy. You are just human, and you have been trapped by an unrealistic expectation.
Exactly, Benjamin. Alleviating that guilt is the very first step to actually making progress. If you carry that emotional weight, studying becomes a punishment, not an enjoyable habit. And we want this journey to be something you look forward to every day.
That is beautifully said, Louisana. Now, let's look under the hood. Let's talk about the actual psychological mechanism behind this behavior. Why do we avoid the things we truly want to achieve? Why does our brain choose short-term comfort over long-term success?
Well, psychologically speaking, your brain's primary job is not to make you fluent in English. Its primary job is to keep you safe and save energy. When you look at a task and it feels too large, too complicated, or too vague, your brain immediately categorizes it as a threat. It sees a massive mountain of work, and it naturally wants to run away from it. This is where a very specific, powerful concept appears. Let's say it slowly together. Overwhelming.
Overwhelming. That is an excellent B2 level adjective for our listeners to absorb. It describes something that feels so big, so intense, or so difficult that it completely overpowers your thoughts and takes away your energy before you even begin.
Many language learners use basic vocabulary when they talk about their feelings. They might say, "The English grammar lesson is very difficult," or "My schedule is very busy." But using the word overwhelming is much more precise and mature. When you say the lesson feels overwhelming, you are perfectly describing that specific psychological weight that causes you to procrastinate.
Exactly. It is not just that the material is hard, it is that the scale of the task makes you feel emotionally exhausted. For example, if you say, "I need to learn all English phrasal verbs this month," that goal is completely overwhelming. Your brain looks at that sentence and says, "No way, that is too much pressure." Let's look at Instagram instead. Procrastination is actually a defense mechanism against feeling overwhelmed.
That is a fascinating way to look at it, Benjamin. Procrastination is not a reflection of your intelligence or your desire to learn. It is just an emotional management problem. When a task feels overwhelming, we don't avoid the task itself. We avoid the negative emotions associated with it. We avoid the fear of frustration, the fear of failure, and the fear of not being good enough.
Precisely. So, the secret to defeating procrastination is not to increase your pressure or force yourself to have superhero discipline. The secret is to change the way you structure the task so that it never feels overwhelming to your brain in the first place. You have to lower the resistance so that your mind feels safe enough to take action.
I love that perspective, Benjamin. To help our audience visualize this concept clearly, let's use a simple analogy. Imagine your brain is exactly like an old smartphone battery. We all know how those work, right?
Oh, definitely. If you have an old phone and you open 10 heavy applications at the exact same time, like a high-definition video, a GPS map, a heavy game, and social media apps, what happens to the battery? It drains in minutes, or the entire phone just freezes and shuts down completely.
Exactly. Your mind works the exact same way. When you sit down after a stressful day, your brain's battery is already at 20%. If you then try to force it to open a massive application like learn all English grammar rules or understand native fast speech perfectly in one single afternoon, your mental operating system simply crashes. It shuts down. It refuses to cooperate.
That is such a powerful metaphor, Luisana. We expect our brains to perform like brand new, super-fast computers all the time, even when we haven't given them a chance to recharge. So, instead of getting mad at your mental battery, you need to learn how to manage its power. In your daily life, when you feel that internal resistance rising, instead of getting angry, use a simple micro-conversation. Let's show them how it works, Luisana.
Hey, Benjamin, are you ready to present the new English project to the team?
Not yet, Luisana. To be honest, looking at all the data at once feels a bit overwhelming, so I am taking it one step at a time.
Wow, look at that response. It is clear, it is completely natural, and it communicates boundaries perfectly. Let's break down that phrase. I am taking it one step at a time. This means you are focusing purely on the very next immediate action, rather than worrying about the entire journey. It keeps your mental battery from draining.
Yes, because when you focus on just one step, your brain doesn't feel threatened. It thinks, oh, I can handle this small thing. You bypass the fear mechanism completely, and that is how you start building real, consistent momentum.
Welcome, everyone, to our favorite part of the episode, the word tour section. This is the part of the show where we take an advanced piece of English vocabulary and turn it into a practical tool you can use immediately. Today, we are highlighting a fantastic, dynamic B2 level verb that is absolutely essential for combating procrastination: to tackle.
Oh, to tackle is such a brilliant verb. In a literal sense, it comes from sports like football, where a player physically stops an opponent by grabbing them and bringing them to the ground. But in daily life and business English, to tackle means to deal with, face, or address a difficult problem or a complex task with immense energy, focus, and determination.
Exactly. It has a much more proactive, strong energy than simply saying to start or to do. For example, instead of saying, I need to do my English homework, which sounds boring and heavy, you can say, I am going to tackle this grammar exercise. It sounds like you are an athlete getting ready to win a game.
I love that shift in energy, Luisana. Words really do change our psychology. So, how can our listeners apply this tool to their daily routine without feeling overwhelming pressure? Here is your micro action for today. Forget about the 2-hour study goal. Instead, tell yourself, I will tackle just one phrasal verb today. Or, I will tackle just 5 minutes of this podcast today.
That is the secret. Just 5 minutes. Because the hardest part of any task is almost always the beginning. Once you actually start writing or listening for just 2 or 3 minutes, your brain adapts, the resistance disappears, and you often find yourself wanting to continue. By reducing the goal to a tiny, manageable size, you tackle the obstacle of laziness instantly.
Absolutely. You fool your brain into taking action. You tell your mind, we are only going to do this for 5 minutes, and your mind agrees. Then, 20 minutes later, you have accomplished something meaningful. That is how micro actions create macro results over time.
Now that we understand why procrastination happens and what it means to feel overwhelmed, we want to give you 3 specific techniques you can start using today to tackle this problem permanently.
These are practical, science-backed strategies. I want you to write these down or save this episode because these techniques are going to change how you approach your English learning routine.
Technique number 1 is called the 2-minute rule. The idea is beautifully simple. If a study task will take 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. Right now. No thinking, no planning. Just do it.
For example, if you want to practice English vocabulary, open your app right now and review just 2 minutes of flashcards. That is it. No pressure, no commitment beyond 2 minutes. Your brain finds this completely manageable.
And here is the incredible thing about the 2-minute rule. Most of the time, once you start those 2 minutes, you naturally want to continue. You break the resistance, you build momentum, and suddenly 5 minutes becomes 15 minutes.
Exactly. Technique number 2 is called environment design. This means you set up your physical or digital environment to make English practice the easiest possible choice available to you.
Practical examples. Put your English learning app on the first screen of your phone. Leave your vocabulary notebook on your kitchen table where you eat breakfast. Set a podcast like this one as your default commute audio. Make English the path of least resistance in your daily life.
When your environment supports your goals, you do not need willpower at all. You just follow the path that your environment has already created for you. This is incredibly powerful for long-term consistency.
And technique number 3 is what we call temptation bundling. This is my personal favorite. The idea is to combine an English study activity with something you already enjoy and look forward to.
For example, only watch your favorite series with English subtitles. Only listen to your favorite music playlist during your English vocabulary review. Only drink your morning coffee while listening to an English podcast. You bundle the thing you love with the English practice.
By connecting English to pleasure, your brain stops associating it with effort and starts associating it with reward. Over time, you actually start looking forward to your English practice sessions. Now it is time for our listener practice drill, the most interactive part of our podcast. We are going to give you 3 real-life situations, and your challenge is to respond naturally using the vocabulary and concepts we covered today.
Remember the 2 key expressions from today. It feels overwhelming, and I am going to tackle it one step at a time. These are your tools. Let's practice using them right now.
Situation number 1. Your English teacher assigns you a 50-page reading assignment for next week. You look at it and feel a wave of stress. What do you say? Pause the podcast for 5 seconds and say your answer out loud.
Here is a natural response. This assignment feels a little overwhelming at first glance, but I'm going to tackle it in small sections every evening, 10 pages a night, and I will be done before the deadline.
Beautiful! Notice how using the word overwhelming is honest and mature, but immediately following it with tackle shows confidence and a plan. That combination is extremely powerful in professional and academic English.
Situation number 2. A friend asks you why you have not been consistent with your English practice lately. How do you respond? Remember, honest, mature, and solution-focused.
A great response could be, to be honest, the whole process of becoming fluent started feeling overwhelming. There is just so much to learn. But I have decided to stop trying to do everything at once and just tackle one new phrasal verb every single day. Small steps, real progress.
That response is incredibly natural and demonstrates advanced B2 level English. You acknowledged the challenge honestly, you explained the psychological barrier, and you presented a clear, realistic action plan. That is the language of a confident, self-aware speaker.
And situation number 3, our final drill. Your boss at work asks you to prepare a presentation in English for an international team next month. You have never done this before. What do you say?
Here is your model answer. I appreciate the opportunity. I will be honest, presenting in English to an international audience feels a bit overwhelming right now, but I am going to tackle the preparation systematically. I will write the script first, then practice the pronunciation, and finally do a full rehearsal the week before.
Perfect. That answer shows professional maturity, emotional intelligence, and genuine command of B2 English. You are not pretending the challenge does not exist. You are acknowledging it and presenting a structured plan to overcome it. This micro-action approach does something incredibly profound over time. It completely changes your mindset and your identity. When you practice English in small, daily pieces, the language stops being an external, heavy obligation. It stops being a chore, which is another great word for a boring, repetitive task like washing the dishes or cleaning the floor. We want English to feel like a privilege, not a punishment.
Yes, we want to get rid of the idea that English is a chore. When you change your habits, you stop being just a passive student who forces themselves to study for an exam. Instead, you become someone who incorporates the language into their actual lifestyle. You transition from studying English to simply living in English.
That is the ultimate goal, Benjamin. When you listen to a podcast like this while walking, cooking, or driving, you are already living in English. You are adapting your ears to natural speech patterns, expanding your mind with personal growth concepts, and developing your skills effortlessly.
So, as we close today's episode, we want to leave you with a message of profound self-compassion. If you miss a day of practice, if you get tired and choose to watch a movie instead of studying, please do not criticize yourself. Mistakes and resting are a natural part of the long journey. Be kind to your mind, respect your emotional battery, and remember that consistency is always more important than perfection.
You are so right, Benjamin. If you enjoyed this conversation and want to keep exercising your ears with us, please do not forget to subscribe to Spoken English HQ podcast. Give this video a thumbs up and leave us a comment below. We want to read your thoughts. What is one small English goal that you are going to tackle today?
We cannot wait to read your responses. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us. Take care of yourselves, stay consistent, and remember to take it one step at a time.
Have a beautiful week, everyone. Be compassionate with your progress, and see you in our next episode. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!